Okay, so it's Monday, November 14th. We have had a week to, what's the word? Digest what happened on Election Day. And it's, a lot has happened, especially here in San Antonio. So this is something that, oh, I gotta log in here, hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Allow 777. Boom. All right. So now I'm logged in. Yes, I trust me. Okay. So this is I hope that this is going to be a regular Monday thing, no matter where I am. And I wrote down some notes this morning after I did my meditation. And in the last week, with everything leading up to the election and being quite disappointed, I have to say, especially here in Bexar County, that now we're trying to figure out, what do we do next? If you don't know what's happened in the last, probably 4 months for me. A lot has happened in the last 4 months for me, but my friend Lora and I, we started a PAC, Red Line Conservatives, and we have a core group of conservatives that really, they don't, and I should say this, we don't want to make change. We want to have the good things be available to everybody, and we want to empower everyone. And we believe that conservatives can do that better and more efficiently than liberals and socialists and leftists. Notice that I didn't say Democrats. I think there's a distinct difference between Democrats and socialists and leftists. But with that being said, it's like, okay, election is now over. What are we doing? And I know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here doing it right here. I do know that some people are a little bit stuck, and that's essentially what I want to talk to you about this morning. Are you stuck, or do you not know really where you're supposed to go from here? And here's the question that I want you to ask yourself. Who's in your circle? And Tony Robbins has this great saying, is that you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. Well, I don't hang out with 5 people. I hang out with 3. And that's Claudia, Jim, and Lora. That's love, money, and policy. Lora and I agree on almost everything when it comes to policy, which is politics, which is who do we elect as our leadership to make sure that the things that we believe in and that we're never going to compromise on, that these people do their job and they do what their constituents want them to do, not what they want to do. With Jim, it's all about building assets, building a legacy, and of course with Claudia, it's all about love and enjoyment and having a great life. So there are a number of other people that are, I would say, in my secondary circle, but I'd have you just take the time to really think about who's in your immediate circle, and do you get positive feedback, positive energy from them? There's a TikTok that I saw the other day, or a reel on Instagram, that if you're hanging out with people that aren't ambitious, that really don't have any drive, that don't have dreams or goals or anything like that, more than likely you don't either. So just think about that. Think about, who it is that is in your life, and don't think about the reason that you're stuck or that you're kind of lost and you don't know where you're supposed to go next. Just take an inventory of who it is that you're hanging out with. And if that's the case, then maybe you need to spend some time by yourself and figure out what it really means to live the life that you think is purposeful. Because I truly believe that if we live our purpose, we're unbelievably happy, and we have what I consider to be unbelievable, well, not unbelievable, but we have grace and we have understanding for each other. With that being said, once you figure that out, is that I want you to write your goals down every single solitary morning. So the thing that I do, and you can see here that I have it in this, I kind of fold each page and to know exactly where I am. So I do this right after I meditate. So I've already written today's, and then tonight, I'll write tonight's. But I write these down every single solitary morning. And it's, I don't know what it is. There's science behind it, though. If you write something down, you're putting it out into the universe and you're telling people exactly what you want to get, not only out of yourself, but out of them and out of the world that you're living in. Write down your goals every single solitary day. It will take you maybe 45 seconds to do this. I actually have, my first sentence here is my gratitude statement for the day. And it's the same every day. I don't have to think of new goals every day. I have specific goals that I want to achieve. Now, is there a timeline? Absolutely. I have a deadline for each of these goals. But these are goals that that are kind of a culmination of everything that I've worked up to in my life thus far. I am 49 years of age, and next year I will be 50, and there are certain milestones that I am actually accelerating because I'm a little bit behind. And I just think if you put it out there and you write it down, something happens in your brain and something happens in the universe to actually bring it to you. You're actually asking for it and you're claiming it as your own. The next thing I've written down here is meditate on really what you want to create. So I want to create now. Before I wanted to create a life that I really wanted to live. And that took me a long time to actually figure out because I was kind of caught in the middle of, screw it. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do, or what am I supposed to do? And, little childhood trauma, all that kind of stuff. Got over that. And now, I thrive on helping other people. And I thrive on really getting people to believe that they are awesome. I once told a friend of mine that teaching golf was actually excruciating. And he says, "Oh my God, why? You get to play golf. You're outside all the time. No one ever comes to you, feeling bad or anything." And I said, I spend every day of my life trying to convince people how awesome they are. And that is the hardest thing in the world to do, is to get people to believe in themselves. And I'm sure it was the way that my mother raised me, and to empower me and to give me this deep sense of self-esteem. And again, I don't have any kids, so I really can't pass that on, but I can pass it on to you and my audience and my followers, and really, really try to help you see that everything that you do, number one, has a ripple effect. And when you throw a pebble into a pond, it makes this ripple effect. Everything that you do, everything that you decide has a ripple effect upon what it is that your future is, what your community's future is, what society's future is, your family, your business, your coworkers. Everything has a ripple effect. So we just need to be conscious of really what it is that we're doing and how it impacts other people, and especially how it impacts us. So just sitting still for a little while and really meditating on what your feelings are, what thoughts come to you, acknowledging some thoughts, ignoring some other thoughts. And I've actually written down some guided meditations that are on Insight Timer. And of course it's all David G. But it's David G's Sacred Soul that I think he released it about a couple months ago, Manifesting Your Deepest Desire. And his brand new release is called Finding Space. And that was the first time that I actually listened to it this morning. And the Sanskrit word for space is called Akasha. And it's basically just we have space. Like in between my words right now, there is a space. And David G calls it the gap. That there's a gap between what we're doing right now and then what we're about to do. When I'm teaching golf, or when I was teaching golf, it was that little space between preparation, the pre-shot routine, P1, and then execution. That little bit of space that we need to take up and just pay a little bit of homage, a little bit of prayer, a little bit of silence to the excitement of what is about to happen. So we can just witness it and then accept what is about to happen. And the way that I do my meditation is that I follow David G's RPM method, which is rise, pee, meditate. So what I do, I get up, I go pee, I come back in the bed, I put in my AirPods, and I meditate to one of his guided meditations. It's anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I don't think he actually has one that is 30 minutes. It's like 28 minutes, I think, is his longest one. But just that 30 minutes of focused on your breath, letting the thoughts come and go, taking up that space, spending a little bit of time just with yourself. And I promise you will get closer and closer to, number one, what it is that really makes you happy and your purpose. So with all of that Monday morning motivation, just with some guidance, I want you to understand something about where it is that I come from. I'm not one of these people that wants to sell you some either shot in the dark or get rich quick scheme kind of a thing. None of this happens. None of our life happens without hustle and hard work and focus. That we're actually concentrating on one specific goal at a time. There's nothing in this world that truly defines or that there's any evidence behind multitasking. We can't think about two thoughts at the same time, and we can't do two things at the same time. That's a little bit of a tongue twister. I want you to understand that nothing in this life gets done without you focused on it. And you can have millions of skills, but it's how you use those skills to achieve one thing. And you don't get anywhere without work, without some pain, sacrifice, sweat, tears. You don't get anywhere. And you certainly don't get the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow without any of those things. And I promise, if you just put a little bit of concentration into something, you will get exactly what you desire. The kicker is that you have to be seriously clear on what it is that you truly desire. Okay, so little sidebar. I'm going to end with this. I might have actually gotten a little bit of some actual viewers by putting this in the description. This video right here will actually serve as my resignation from the Bexar County GOP. Currently, I am Precinct Chair 2036, Precinct Chair of Precinct 2036, and I am Precinct 2 Committee Woman. From what I have seen, really in the last month, is just, it's not good that's coming out of the Bexar GOP. We could have focused on some things that had nothing to do with resolutions or what has been talked about in management committee. I think the Bexar County Election Integrity Committee did an excellent job on getting people involved to poll watch and to be election judges. But what's really happened in the last week with Clayton Perry, and as my friend who texted me on Friday night after he got the email that the chairman sent out, this is not the hill that the Bexar GOP should die on, end quote from my friend. And I actually texted, because I got a text from Clayton yesterday asking for due process, I believe is what it was. And I sent back a message that told him that I was not going to support any kind of process that he should have resigned and that he should seek either treatment or help in whatever the department that he needs the most amount of help in. So with all that being said, I hope that I have inspired you in some way. And with this, with this last little bit about the Bear GOP, I want you to really think about what it is that you need to concentrate on. And I need to concentrate on my career as a financial advocate. I need to focus on my marriage, my friendships, my partnerships, but the Bexar County GOP is not anything that I will be interested in doing anytime soon. So I will focus on the pack that Lora and I put together, and we will go forward from there. So with all of that, happy Monday. Get out there, do something.